Alright, let's look at the homework 2.3, problem number 9. Alright, so we are taking a limit of the greatest integer function. Alright, so let's sketch the picture first. So it's going to look like this. Alright, so here's the x-axis. Here's the y-axis. Alright, it's this is the origin. Alright, so if so let's start with 0. Alright, if x is 0, then the greatest integer, so largest integer less than or equal to that number, so it's going to be 0. Alright, then it's going to stay 0 up until 1. And once it becomes 1, greatest integer becomes 1. So it's going to look like this. So here, and it's all 0, but once x becomes 1, it's going to jump up to 1, right? Because greatest integer less than or equal to 1 would be 1. So here's 1, right? Then 1.1 would be 1, 1.2 would be 1, and so on, and right up to 2. And then it's going to jump up to 2, then stay 2, and when it hits 3, it's going to jump up to 3. So it's going to look like this. So this is 3, right? And I'm going to just draw like this. Alright, and so on. So just keep on doing the same pattern, and the same thing. If it's -1, it's -1, and it stays there here, and then something like that. Alright, then let's evaluate these limits. Alright, so we're looking at x equals -3. So actually, so I have to go down to -3. So this is -1, this is -2, and I have to do one more. Here's -3. Alright, so we have that, and the graph is going to be something like this, right? Alright, so these so this is -1, -2, this is -3. Alright, so if you look at the -3 from the positive side, so here this is -3, you're approaching from the positive side, of course that's going to be -3. Right, so this is the next one. So answer is -3. Right, but if you're approaching from both sides, right, you can see that here's the -3. You're approaching from here and approaching from this side. You can see that the tendencies are different, so the limit does not exist, since left hand limit and the right hand limit are different, right? But if you're talking about the -3.3, so it's going to be down here, then this is going to be -4. Alright, so this is going to be -4. Alright, so let's type it in. Alright, so this is -3, and this does not exist, and here is -4. Alright, then you can see that if you are coming from the left, this is going to be 1 less, so it's going to be n is an integer, so it's going to be 1 less, so n minus 1. And if it's coming from the right, just like this one, it's going to be the same integer, so this is going to be n. Alright, the limit, let's see, for what values of a does this guy exist, right? So you can see that the problem with this would be every time you do the integer value, left hand limit and right hand limit are different. So as long as value x is not non-integer, then a is non-integer, then limit exists. So it's got to be that one. All right. So let's submit for testing. Alright, I came back and it looks like part A is correct and the part B is correct and the part C is correct. Alright, let's see, and that's it. I hope that this was clear.